Hey guys, welcome to this massive comparison video between these budget phones and the flagship phones. So today we are comparing the highly popular Redmi Note series. So here we have the Redmi Note 10 Pro, the Mi11 Lite, the Poco F3, the Poco F3 Pro, the Poco X3 Pro. Quite a bit confusing, right? And also the Samsung budget to flagship phones. The recently launched A32, A52, A72, and we also comparing this with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is the flagship phones. Here we also have the Realme GT edition, which is quite a limited edition phone. So let's get started without wasting any time. So before we start, we are giving this phone to the lucky subscriber as we have completed 50,000 subscribers. Go to the link in the description to participate in this giveaway contest on geotoko.com and read the terms and conditions of this giveaway. Comment below with the hashtag of which phone you want to win, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for winner announcements. So the Samsung Galaxy A32 is the budget phone in this category. The pricing is similar to these two phones, but the Redmi Note 10 Pro comes with little powerful processor and a better camera quality compared to Galaxy A32. The phone has a 6.4-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display with a great refresh rate of 90Hz and a MediaTek Helio G80 CPU, which is another change from last year's A31. Phone also comes with 5000 mAh battery. The display is amazing with a PPA of 441 thanks to the Samsung for giving AMOLED display at this price point. The sharpness and viewing angles are pretty good. The body of A32 we can say it's not as compared to competitor, but it's okay for such budget. Weighing just 184 grams, it's pretty light. Almost the biggest upgrade on A32 over its predecessor is the improved camera setup. The main camera is 64 megapixel and there is a 8 megapixel wide angle lens and a 5 megapixel macro lens. There is a improved AI scene recognition and HDR effect. The photo looks sharp and color rich, with great HDR light balance in complex shot. Check out these images captured on A32. So the Galaxy A32 is pretty much decent phone at this price point. Now let's talk about the Poco F3. The phone comes with shiny white back with plastic sides. There is a 6.67-inch Super AMOLED 120Hz display with 1300 nits of brightness. The display is sharp and crispy. The phone has a 48 megapixel camera with 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, a 5 megapixel telemicro lens. The images are pretty good. The Poco F3 offers outstanding performance for the money, thanks to the Snapdragon 870 chipset with 6GB and 8GB of fast RAM. The phone also has a 4520 mAh battery with 33 watts fast charging. This phone is the beast at this price range. The third phone in our list is all-time favorite, the Redmi 10 Pro Max. The price of Note 10 Pro Max is same as Poco X3 Pro, but comes with AMOLED display at this price point. The Redmi Note 10 Pro Max comes with glass back protected by Corning Gorilla Glass and a redesigned camera bump. This phone has the best design in its segment. You get a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display with a refresh rate of 120Hz and 1200 nits of brightness. The phone comes with IP53 water resistant coating. The phone comes with 108 megapixel main camera with 8 megapixel ultra wide lens and a 5 megapixel telemicro lens, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor and a 16 megapixel in-display selfie camera. Here is a Samsung Galaxy A72. The phone comes with a gorgeous 6.67-inch Full HD Plus 90Hz Super AMOLED Plus panel, which is just beautiful. The bezels are pretty much slim and has a tiny chin. The phone looks nice in this blue color shade and has a seamless finish. The phone has a 64 megapixel primary camera, which is good, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens and a 5 megapixel macro lens and a 8 megapixel 3x optical lens with OIS. The phone also has a 32 megapixel front camera, good for selfies. The phone also comes with 5000 mAh battery with a 25 watt fast charging capabilities. The phone comes with a 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage option. The phone is pretty much good in every segment and gives tough competition to other phones in this price segment. Now let's talk about the Poco X3 Pro. The phone comes with a 6.67-inch Full HD IPS panel with a refresh rate of 120Hz. This is the best IPS panel in a Poco phone. The viewing angles are great. The best highlight of this phone is the Snapdragon 860 chipset, which is the best CPU in this price range. The front camera is of 20 megapixel, but the shots are not that great compared to others in this price range. The back camera is of 64 megapixel Sony IMX682 sensor, a 13 megapixel ultra wide lens and a 2 megapixel macro lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, which only records 4K video at 30 fps. But if I had to choose one, I will go with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. As the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the Poco X3 Pro has the same pricing, but I will choose the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max over Poco X3 Pro as I am an AMOLED fan. The next phone in our list is Samsung Galaxy A52. The phone comes with a 6.5-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED hole punch display with a refresh rate of 90 Hz. The phone comes with Snapdragon 720G chipset with a 256GB of storage and 8GB of RAM. The phone design is good with metal sides and matte finish at the back, but the only downside is that it easily gets scratched on back, which annoys me the most. Also, the phone has a 3.5mm headphone jack. The phone comes with 64 megapixel primary camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel macro camera and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. For selfies, it has a 32 megapixel front shooter. For gaming, the processor is good. I played BGMI for an hour and the temperature is still 38 degrees Celsius, which is excellent. The phone also has a 4500 mAh battery, which gives backup of 1 day with normal uses. So the phone is pretty much good at this price point and may be the best choice for Samsung fans in budget segment. Here comes the Realme GT, which is a limited edition phone with this orange like yellow matte finish and with black glass finish near the camera setup. Looks pretty much sporty and eye-catching. The 6.43-inch Super AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a dual SIM 5G support with a 3.5mm headphone jack. The selfie camera is of 16 megapixel with a 64 megapixel primary camera with Sony's latest IMX682 sensor and a 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro lens. This is probably the good choice and best looking smartphone. Here comes the Mi11 Lite in our list. It has been one of the most talked phones in recent times. With a stunning 6.55-inch Super AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate and a 10-bit panel, the phone display just looks beautiful with those slim bezels around border and a tiny chin at bottom. The first thing that will strike you about the Mi11 Lite is just how light and slim it is, weighing only 157 grams. The phone has a glass finish at back and with metal frame looks just beautiful in hand, and also comes with various colors option. The phone is powered by Snapdragon 732 chipset and comes with 664 or 8 128GB storage options with UFS 2.2 storage and a LPDDR4X RAM, which is multitasking beast but not good for intense gaming. The Antutu benchmark score is 3,47,000, which is pretty much decent comparing with the Redmi 10 Pro, which score around 3,33,000. The phone comes with decent cameras, a 64 megapixel main camera and a 13 megapixel selfie camera and a 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 5 megapixel macro lens. Here are some cool shots taken on Mi11 Lite in daylight. And this is the night mode shot, which is pretty much decent as well. So this is my review of best phone of 2021. Now it's up to you to choose the right one for you and make sure to participate in this cool giveaway. Like my video, do subscribe to this channel for more interesting comparisons.